Welcome in, everyone, to another episode on Grandpa's Farm, 1980's edition. I just got off the rotary phone with Grandpa, and he's told me to go down to the shop, and he's got something for me to check out. So let's get down there.
Welcome to the 1980s in a rural farm in northern Missouri. Grandpa's Farm.
Grandpa said he had made a new purchase for me to go use. So we're going to be going down to the south place today to get it tilled up and ready to add more row crop to our farm. He wants to do some soybeans this year. So I thought, well, we've used the ground we have tilled up now for corn, so let's tear up some more land. So that's what we're going to be doing. He said this would be something I'd really like, so let's see what it is. Oh yes, a much larger Oliver tractor. Yes, this is like what we actually had on the farm. We had one of these, and we also had a Plainsman, which had been made by White Minneapolis Moline. Yes, let's get this fired up, and he got us a new cultivator also, something a little bit bigger. So we'll hook this all together and get down there. This will make tilling up the south place go a lot faster, a lot more productive. And running our little, cultivator was nice, our little plow, but this is going to do about twice the size. With more horsepower, it should go a lot quicker. So let's get this back to the house. Since our last episode, we did put in a bridge on the trail to the south place to make it a little easier to get the equipment across. It's just a little wooden bridge, but it'll sure help. It's going to be a little tight. Hopefully we won't have any tree issues since our implement's a little wider. As you can see up here, we have a new wooden bridge. Fits across it easily. Just got to figure out where we want to start tearing up the ground at. Get that tree with the cultivator. Alright. This looks like as good a place of any. Let's get started. This tractor has enough power to pull it. I did not get the turbo on it. Don't remember if Grandpa's tractor had the turbo or not. I was told growing up by Dad that it had about the same horsepower as the 418. So I believe this one was 169 horsepower. I would think probably didn't have the turbo because the turbo put this thing at 200 horsepower. Let's try to round this up a little bit better over here. Get plenty of land to work with. I'll get some of this tilled up and get back with you just a little bit. So the story of this tractor was it had completely burnt up at some point. I don't know if Grandpa had it at the time or not, but it was reconditioned, repainted, new engine put in, all the work done, but the windows no longer opened. So it was a very hot tractor to drive because you really couldn't ventilate it. So what you'd always do, you'd leave a door open or take the door off. A lot of times this tractor did not have a door on it. That is how we kept cool No door. Well, we've got the perimeter of the field finished up. Now we just got to get the rest of it tilled. And then we'll head back to the house and start getting ready for next month's seeding of the soybeans. We also would like to get some cattle in the cattle barn before summer hits. We can get some loose ends wrapped up and make this farm a full operation, just like it would have been in the 80s. Well, we pretty much have the new soybean field wrapped up. This tractor does go through a lot of fuel. I mean, burnt about half a tank already just doing this one field. It's a slow go, but you know, it does a good job. And it looks nice doing it. A couple more passes. We'll have to get some lime spread on this field before we plant it. Make it get a good yield this year. Now, if you've ever farmed in real life, what's your go-to tractor when it comes to disking or cultivating a field? To me, this is one of the easiest ones for me to use when I was a kid. I mean, the transmission in it was just a straight transmission. I think just 5 gears, I believe. Could have been 6. Really simple to use. Get this back to the house. Go to bed and come out and spread some lime in the morning. Well, here we are, another beautiful April morning. Now we gotta get some lime spread. Let's grab the white. Run over across the road where our pile of lime is, and fill that up and run it back there. So we can plant our soybeans today. Let's try to get the rest of this lime that we had left over that we dumped on the ground. The rest of that scooped up and dumped in our cart. We still have a full gravity wagon load of lime in the bin. Ooh, look at that. I think I just poured some on the ground. Not bad. We'll get the rest of this filled up, then we'll head over to the field. Well, we only have 54% full, but hopefully that'll be enough to finish that field off. We don't have to run back and get any more. Alright, let's get to spreading lime. Forgot how wide of a pass this will go. Better get moving. We're going to run out. We do have plenty of land left out here that we could do some more hay on if we need to. A lot of flat pasture ground or hay ground over there. Won't be seeded in grass, but will still work. You can mow that up, clean up all those bushes. It's nice that you can mow up the bushes and remove them and still get hay out of it. Yeah, we clearly are not going to have enough to finish this without having to go get more. Be able to make one headland around it. That off and go fill it back up. I only grabbed a partial load because I wanted to make sure I use it all up. So I want to use this same cart for the fertilizer. I really don't have any place to empty this out. Figure just get enough to, if this isn't enough to finish the field, it's just lime. It's no big deal. It won't be enough to really matter on the harvest. Fertilizer is going to be a lot more important. Fertilizer might be more important, but you know, this is a new field, so I would like to get it limed as good as possible. It's a little weird how there's a few weeds. You know, we disc this whole field up, and yet still weeds stayed through. It's like the disc would not get to everything. Not sure if there's a certain weed or a certain bush out here that just can't remove. Hopefully when we seed it, it'll go away. If not with the seeder, maybe with some herbicide. Yeah, we're gonna have just a little bit of the field left back over there that we're not gonna get limed. But most of it's gonna be finished. I'm pretty sure there's not gonna be enough to get back. Yep. Not quite. Oh well. Close enough. Now we'll get some seed in the field. As you may remember, the only crops we planted on the family farm was soybeans, corn, and occasionally winter wheat. So that is currently all we're going to do on this family farm of the 1980s. We're really going to have to get something to wash the tractors and planters off. They're becoming pretty filthy. Look like pretty nice equipment when they're new. They get old quick, dirty quick. Just look down and realize the planter is almost empty, so we're going to have to run back to the store and buy another pallet of soybean seed. Kind of love this old Ford pickup. Kind of classic today. It's kind of the thing to drive back in its time. Sounds good too. Hear that roar of the engine? It's my turn somewhere out here. There it is. Back down the drive here. It's a lot nicer with this bridge in. We saw in our first episode where we came back here and it was just a water crossing. That bridge is even wide enough to get the big equipment across. Alright, filled with beans. Almost filled. Pickup out of the way here so we don't hit it. Start planting. Well, let's see when we get it finished. Well, it looks like we are extremely low on fuel. We're going to have to stop real quick and run to the house and refill this tractor before it leaves us stranded. I don't have any gas cans. Stop it real quick here. Hook it, run to the house. These old tractors do seem like they go through fuel a lot faster. It is filthy. It looks like we're gonna make it without running out. There. Now we got a full tank. Back to work. Will it get rid of the weeds? Yes it will. Well, this is the last of the bean field. Soybeans all planted, and all we gotta do is throw on some fertilizer, and the south place will be wrapped up for the spring. Just wait for it to grow. Let's run this tractor back to the house. We'll come back, grab the pickup, and take the fertilizer cart to town and fill her up. Before I go to town, I'm gonna have to at least go to the garden hose and rinse this thing off. It's too filthy. Make it look a little better since we're done with it. It's gonna look so much nicer now. Clean off our Kinsey planter also. Yeah, it's real filthy. It might take a little bit of water to get it off. See our warning triangle again. There we go. Park this. Hop in the pickup. We did use the pickup occasionally to haul fertilizer, but it was a 1-ton pickup and not a little half-ton like this one. This one would kind of have a little hard time with all the weight once it was loaded. Should be able to buy it right up from this guy. Oop, that's lime. It says it right here. There. Now we will carefully try to get this load back to the house, and we'll hook it up to the Deutz tractor and have the Deutz do all the spreading of the fertilizer. Alright, here we are. Got the Deutz and our fertilizer back to the back field. Get her spread. Enough weight in this cart that takes quite a little bit out of this tractor even. This is one of our bigger ones. Like the same spread as the lime was on this. Don't look like we're going through fertilizer near as fast as we went through lime though. Definitely have enough to do this field and the cornfield. Well, that should do it for this episode on the South Place on Grandpa's Farm 1980s edition. If this is your first time watching, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes here on Grandpa's Farm. And until next time, have a blessed day, and bye-bye.